stronger planes. This right here is an embodied form of the violet ray spectrum.
Tap in and tune in Tuesdays, Wednesdays, and Thursdays, 9 a.m. to 10 a.m. Eastern, live on YouTube, Facebook, and Instagram. Grand Rising with ChristoLight, your sacred space for discovering the Ascended Masters in crystal healing. Ashe.
What I wish I knew at my first awakening instead of doom scrolling, how to meet Lord Lanto on the second ray. Join Marcus ChristoLight and learn the gentle power you were born to wield. This Thursday, Grand Rising with ChristoLight goes live. 1 hour to explore Lord Lanto's human lifetime's teachings, how the second ray shapes courage and discipline. Expect lineage stories, practical practices, a few initiation-style insights you can actually use. Bring your crystals, sage, and a warm cup of reishi coffee or tea. We'll tune, meditate, and connect. Whether you're curious called or already on the path, this is the session to realign your will with divine purpose. Don't miss it. Thursday, 10 to 11 a.m. EST. Set a reminder, show up, and let the second ray light up your next level.
Let the second ray light up your next level. That's right. We're leveling up in our human consciousness. And I want to thank you guys for joining me today. This grand rising or grand day, wherever you are in this time space. Beautiful, beautiful life that we are in. I know it can be dark. I know it can be troublesome, but it can also be glory, beauty, and joy. Finding the mixture of both as we weave. This is some sweetgrass, orange, and cinnamon. My dad's been playing reggae all rising. It's been really nice to listen to some reggae vibes. Seeing my dad working out, I'm getting healthier. Grateful. So, welcome and grand day. Welcome to another episode of Grand Rising with ChristoLight. I am your host, Marcus ChristoLight, founder of Sacred Light Healing and Wellness, where we bridge communities worldwide, as well as supply knowledge and wisdom, as well as tools for your own holistic, conscious, and self-remembrance. Not only for yourself, but for your children, our elders, and all walks and races and cultures of the human race. Along with that, I'm also a one-on-one practitioner, so you can have shamanic services with me. You guys can do this online or in person as well, local here in Ohio. And I also do travel if it aligns correctly. You guys can actually scan this QR code up here in the corner, and this QR code will take you to look at my one-on-one services I offer, as well as the retreat I have available to register for, along with also the Sacred Kingdom community, worldwide community. So you guys can check out that QR code in the corner, and it'll bring you to all of that to be able to explore and connect with at your own leisure. So we started our series about the different Chohans or Chohans of the 7 main rays that make up our material universe. Last episode, we talked about the first ray, El Moria. Let's take a rewind to yesterday before we deep dive into the second ray, Chohan, Lanto.
Meet Marcus ChristoLight. He's taking us deeper on Grand Rising with ChristoLight. We're diving into the origins of El Moria, ascended master of the first ray.
So it's a spiritual order of Western saints and Eastern adepts that have reunited with the spirit of the living God and who comprise the heavenly host. They transcend the cycles of karma and rebirth and extend into a higher reality, which is the eternal abode of the soul. White refers to not race, but the aura, the halo of white light surrounding their form. Of the Darjeeling Council of the Great White Brotherhood. Chohan of the First Ray and Hierarch of the Etheric Temple of Goodwill over Darjeeling, India. He is the founder of the Summit Lighthouse. If anybody's heard about the Summit Lighthouse, they talk about Ascended Masters. And the guru and teacher of the messengers, Mark L. Prophet and Elizabeth Clare Prophet. He represents the godly attributes of courage, certainty, power, forthrightness, self-reliance, dependability, faith, and initiative. These are the qualities of the father principle or divine masculine, the statesman, the executive, the ruler, because he has ably outpicted these essential virtues. El Moria has, through many embodiments, worn the crown of authority, ruling many kingdoms wisely and well. His rulership has not been that of a dictator, demanding his subjects submit to his human will, but rather his interpretation of government is God over men. In his El Moria was embodied as Abraham in 2100 BC, the first Hebrew patriarch, the prototype and progenitor of the 12 tribes of Israel. Judaism, Christianity, and Islam all trace their origins back to Abraham. The name of Mariah. The Ma stands for the maternal influences of God. The Ra stands for the Father, the masculine influences of God, called by the ancient Egyptians Ra. We call it Ray today, as an array from the sun. Yah is the flaming Yod, or the power of the Holy Spirit, the third part of the Trinity of divine consciousness.
The 12 tribes were designed as human guardians for this realm, and each tribe had their Magi Grail King and collective indigo family to help embody and transmit the higher frequencies that were necessary to help support the planetary grid. The inner circle of the 12 Grail Kings and their respective missions were awaiting.
The invasion of the UK take over the territory and the 11th Stargate. So that's a whole different thing too. The 11th Stargate is located in the UK. So there's 12 Stargates on our planet. The resurrected Solar Michael, anointed Christ, is rising to be the protector of the Holy Mother in Sophionic Grail, which is the cosmic heart principle of Earth. King Arthur's cosmic consciousness body is directly connected to the family of Michael.
The lives of El Moira showed to us the way to know our purpose in life. But he reminds us to think of this life purpose as founded by the divine will and not by worldly will. El Moira shows to us the blessings we can have when we put our absolute faith in the will of the divine.
All right. So, that was our last episode, talking about the first ray, the blue ray of divine will. Now, in this episode, we're going to be diving into the second ray, Chohan, or the second ray Lord or Chief, and that is Lord Lanto. Keep in mind, these beings end up becoming these positions. They go through earth walks, and they go through their lessons here on earth to then be able to divine as the individual soul to be able to hold the position of a Chohan or ascended master, which is then able to vibrationally hold consciously the integrity of helping guide those that are in the densities below. It's very sophisticated, but also simple, and such a beautiful, beautiful harmonic order that the Creator has designed for us. So what we're doing is peeling back the layers of what creation is in the micro level and the micro level, macro and micro, so that we can really understand how to navigate and consciously move through the human journey. So before we even dive into our text, we're going to go ahead and open up with Elizabeth Clare Prophet, one of the main founders of really spreading awareness of the Ascended Masters and Summit Lighthouse and all these beautiful things. So we're going to kick off with a video from her, and then we'll dive into our text screen share study, going over the history and the connection of Lord Lanto. So enjoy.
We come then to the Lord of the second ray, Lord Lanto. This is a slide of the Duke of Zhou, thought by some to be an embodiment of Lord Lanto. He volunteered with the Ancient of Days to come to Earth long ago for the rescue of the planet and her evolutions. At that time, a great retreat was built, known as Shambhala. Shambhala has come down to us in the centuries as a fabled, legendary place. It was actually a great shrine of light. It existed in an island in the midst of the Gobi Sea, where the Gobi Desert now is. Lanto was a high priest in the Temple of the Divine Mother on the continent that sank beneath the Pacific, known as Lemuria. He had other incarnations on Atlantis, as all of these lords did. Following the sinking of Mu and Atlantis, a number of these masters bore the flames that they tended in their retreats there to other landed areas. New physical temples were built, and finally, at a certain period when mankind became so destructive, these temples were drawn up into the etheric octave. Lanto then bore the flame of precipitation. It is a Chinese green tinged in gold, and that flame exists today in a chamber of the Royal Teton Retreat, concurrent with the Grand Teton Mountains. You can go there and see that flame in your finer body. You can meditate with it and learn the precipitation into matter. Now, this Grand Teton Retreat is for the people of the West to take the light out of the East of spirit and to materialize it in form. So we know that we have become to some extent adept at this in our material civilization, between our science and applied technology and all of the things that we have invented. That is part of the restoration of the great heights of civilization to which Lemuria had been taken. In the days of Lemuria, they were far more advanced, however, as they were in Atlantis, having spacecraft and all kinds of abilities to manipulate energy, which were used and misused to the destruction and eventual cataclysm of both continents. Lord Lanto held this golden flame of illumination on behalf of the Chinese people for many, many centuries. The golden flame is anchored there in the retreat of archangels. It is such an intense flame, and the people of this land have been so devoted to it that they are actually called the Yellow Race. Lord Lanto determined that before his ascension, the light of God in his heart should be actually seen in his flesh as a living proof to his disciples that they all have a divine spark. That is exactly what he did. You remember the words of Job, "Yet in my flesh shall I see God." That was a decree of Job, which he also realized. You can realize it also, and I'd like to show you how, and take you for a moment to page 20 of this mantra booklet, so that you can give praise and adoration to the flame of God in your heart. It comes from your Holy Christ self, so it's called your Holy Christ flame. Whenever I begin to speak about this flame, I witness to you that the flame in my heart begins to burn with a sensation of a physical fire. I want you to know that apart from seeing the great central sun, the awareness of a fire in my heart, burning and expanding, is the greatest testimony of our God with us. I commend you to the violet flame to clear the heart chakra so that you may also have this profound and sacred experience of this vibration, which I'm feeling at this moment as I place my attention on the Sacred Heart of Jesus. And I'll offer this prayer for you before we sing number 74. Lord God Almighty, beloved Jesus, the Christ, ascended hosts of light, saints robed in white, beloved masters who serve with our Lord, archangels, our beloved Father, quicken the divine spark, expand the threefold flame in these hearts. Let them know Thee as the incarnate Word and sacred fire, burning on the altar of the heart, that the soul might attain reunion with God. I thank Thee, O Lord, for Thy presence with us always, and I accept the answer to my call in full power and in full faith here and now. There are many mantras and songs and decrees for just this celebration of the sacred fire burning on the altar of your heart. In fact, if you would like to know the definition of Christhood in any age and the definition of attainment, it is the quality of the heart and the expanded threefold flame. To increase the light of the heart is to increase enlightenment, grace, power, wisdom, and love. As this fire increases through the adoration to God, so your awareness of Christ in your temple increases. The threefold flame is the expression of your Christ self.
The preceding lecture was given by Elizabeth Clare Prophet, world-renowned author and spiritual teacher. The Summit Lighthouse is an international spiritual organization dedicated to universal enlightenment. Founded in 1958, the Summit Lighthouse has been a beacon of truth to thousands worldwide and a leader in New Thought spirituality. The preceding program has been brought to you by the Summit Lighthouse. For more information, call 1-800-245-5445 or visit our website at www.tsl.org. Outside the USA, call 406-848-9500 or write to the Summit Lighthouse, 63 Summit Way, Gardner, Montana, 59030, USA.
All right. Shout out and thanks to Elizabeth Clare Prophet for the things that she has done. Amazing what she did back there. All right. So before we dive into our study and join us
5 days in
tropical
Jocko Beach,
paradise.
cacao ceremonies, sunset sailing, and finding your inner light. This May, Sacred Light is calling you to Costa Rica for the most transformative spring retreat of your life. Picture yourself waking up at Jocko Bay Towers, steps from pristine beaches. For 5 magical days, May 16th through 20th, you'll journey through legendary waterfalls, connect with sloths and monkeys at Manuel Antonio National Park, and experience the wonder of bioluminescence under starlit skies. Led by quantum shaman Marcus ChristoLight, Dr. Rhonda Clark, and sound healing master Sadanam Singh, you'll dive deep into sacred cacao ceremonies, beach yoga at sunrise, and healing sound baths that awaken your soul. Every vegan meal is crafted with love. Every excursion designed to reconnect you with nature's magic. All of this paradise awaits for just $1,111 solo, or $1,777 for 2 souls ready to transform together. Spaces are limited and filling fast. Register now through the link below, grab your passport, and step into the light. Paradise is calling your name this spring.
And while we're at it and we're running the ads, also coming up this summer solstice, you can celebrate the celebration of summer in such a beautiful way. Coming up in Lake Hope, Ohio, we have our second Ascended Masters themed retreat for the summer solstice. Celebrate the summer without for Father's Day on that Sunday, and enjoy beautiful lake sound therapy, floating on the water, cacao ceremony, guided meditation, building dream catchers. We'll also be doing ecstatic dance on the beach and a lot of other beautiful things, such as connecting with Anubis to do a obsidian arrowhead healing. Can be really cool.
3 days in Ohio's forest will transform your spiritual journey forever, camping included. This isn't your typical retreat. We're talking about the summer solstice, 2026, where divine masculine energy meets ancient healing in the heart of Zaleski State Forest. Picture this: floating sound baths on Lake Hope, ecstatic dance under the stars, and shamanic ceremonies that awaken something deep within you. Sacred Kingdom Community is creating a space where fathers, sons, and spiritual seekers come together for the ultimate solstice celebration. You'll craft dream catchers, experience Anubis obsidian healing, and flow with conscious artists like Evan Sturgeon and Aura de Prophet. Marcus ChristoLight will guide you through cacao ceremonies and sound healing that'll shift your entire frequency. This is your tribe, a safe space to be vulnerable, gain wisdom, and connect with your divine masculine power. June 19th through 22nd. Tickets start at just $99. Don't let this transformation pass you by. Check the description for registration details and join us in the forest.
Join us in the forest. Join us in the forest. And then there's going to be more throughout the year. I mean, what a year we have, the Fire Horse. After that, we have Sedona in October. Oh, we also have Polishing Your Pearl in Western Pennsylvania, where we're going to be creating a space where people get to come in and they can receive mentorship for music and arts, as well as business, holistic entrepreneurship, self-realization and healing, and just so many beautiful things. It's going to be really cool. And then we have Peruvian shamanic retreat in October as well in Ohio, where we'll be having a Peruvian shaman from the Andes come up. And then we have New Year's, and then have some Sarasota things going on in December as well. So we're definitely flowing, and we got a lot of good things going on for you guys to be a part of over here at Sacred Light. So with that being said, let's go ahead and deep dive and move on into our screen share text about the second ray Chohan, Lord Lanto. All right, Lord Lanto. Let's go ahead and cue up the music. Let's see, where do we want to go today? All right. Let me see if I can hear the music. Okay, cool. I just wanted to make sure that you guys could hear the music. All right. Cool. Lord Lanto. Okay. So, Chohan of the second ray, ascended master, in whose presence the sublimity of the mind of God can be touched and known. A master of sages and philosophers, Lord Lanto teaches us that the path of attainment through enlightenment, definition, and dominion in the crown chakra. Having studied under Lord Himalaya and gained his mystery in the retreat of the Blue Lotus, Lord Lanto elected to use the yellow plume to enfold the hearts of all mankind. He is dedicated to the perfectionism of the evolutions of the planet through cosmic Christ illumination. The golden flame that he bears is charged with the momentum of God victory for the youth of the world. So he works with that gold flame or the yellow flame. Now, I'm gonna go ahead and kind of bring up the yellow flame for you guys as well. Yellow flame traits. Yellow flame second ray traits. So you guys can always look these things up on your own. And with AI, you're able to accumulate information in the snap of a finger. So what is the second ray, the yellow flame? It is the ray of illumination. It embodies divine love and wisdom, bringing clarity, understanding, and enlightenment to the seeker. Core qualities, wisdom and understanding, reveals truth and purpose through insight and harmonizing intellect and intuition. Illumination dispels ignorance, confusion, and mental heaviness, replacing them with clarity and joy. Sensitivity and intuition heightens spiritual perception and the ability to feel and interpret subtle energies. The synthesis of matter and spirit bridges the physical and spiritual realms, enabling deeper connection between body, mind, and soul. Binding light and love fuses love with wisdom, creating a unified, harmonious energy field. So then here it talks about the archangel, the Elohim, and the Chohan. And I actually completed the archangel series right before beginning this sub-series. So you guys can check out in the playlist under Grand Rising with ChristoLight anything about the archangels, including Jophiel. All right, so back to Lord Lanto. His embodiments as a human being on Earth. So he was a volunteer with Sanat Kumara. Sanat Kumara is another legendary ascended master that has been a keeper of the whole world, not just one flame, but a world keeper. And we'll learn about Sanat Kumara later on in the series. I'll go ahead and let you guys get a little preview, though, of who Sanat Kumara is. Just gotta give the AI a second. It's a little slower these days. You know, I always kind of wonder, like, how AS probably affects it. So, Sanat Kumara and Lady Master Venus. Sanat Kumara is known as the Ancient of Days. He is the great guru of the seed of Christ throughout cosmos, hierarch of Venus, and one of the holy Kumaras, Lord of Flame, who represents the 7 rays on Venus. He initiates us on the path of the ruby ray, which he set forth in his book, The Opening of the 7th Seal. He has held the hierarchical position of the Lord of the world since the darkest hours of Earth's history, when her evolutions fell to the level of caveman and lost contact with the gold flame and the mighty I Am presence. So yeah, I'll just leave it right there because we're going to go deeper into Sanat Kumara later. But that is who Sanat Kumara is. And we're going to go ahead and continue with Lord Lanto. So Lord Lanto worked hand in hand with Sanat Kumara to come to Earth long ago for the rescue of the planet and her evolutions. Just like a lot of us that came here to this planet to help, in a way, rescue this planet because of how dark and how out of balance the energies became. One of the original keepers of the flame, he played a role in the earliest efforts of Sanat Kumara to fetch humanity from the darkened descent. The bands who volunteered to accompany Sanat Kumara on his mission to the Dark Star sought nothing less than the rekindling of the divine spark in humankind. Through de-evolution, had lost the original fire and animating intelligence of their divinity. This they purposed to do from the altar of Shambhala through the Great One, who had exiled himself on planet Earth for the sole purpose of keeping the flame of light. Lemuria and Atlantis. He was a high priest in the temple of the Divine Mother on the continent that sank beneath the Pacific, known as Lemuria. He had other incarnations on Atlantis, as did all the Chohans of the rays. In the last days of Lemuria, those who tended the flames upon the altars of the temples were warned of the coming kaleidosism. They removed their flames, carried them to places of safety, and deposited those flames in other physical retreats or remove them to the etheric octave. It was Lord Lanto who carried the flame of precipitation and deposited it in the area of the Great Teton Mountains in North America. And typically it's in Wyoming. They hold meetings and gatherings in Grand Teton, Wyoming. The flame of precipitation is a Chinese green tinged with yellow of the second ray. The flame burning in the Royal Teton Retreat is the quality and consciousness that makes Americans extremely practical, developing an applied science and technology that takes us back to the time of Mu or Lemuria, when that technology even exceeds what we have today. It is a flame of abundance that enables the precipitation of wealth, as well as happiness and joy, and the universal Christ consciousness. I'll go ahead and click on the flame of precipitation. This seems very intriguing. Chinese green tinged with yellow of the second ray. I'm intrigued to see if we have seen what this looks like before, and maybe we just didn't know. So let's see. This flame burning in the Royal Teton Retreat is the quality of consciousness. Oh, okay. So I was just going to explain the same thing that we just read. All right. So the Duke of Chao. Lord Lanto embodied in ancient China as the Duke of Chao in 1105 BC, regarded as one of the greatest statesmen in Chinese history and the true founder of the Confucian tradition. So you're talking about Confucius. I'm sure a lot of us have heard about Confucius before, the great Chinese, philosopher. Confucius. So this saying, the Duke of Chao, his father, King Wen, and his brother established the Chao dynasty. They were the leaders in overthrowing the corrupt Shang dynasty and its alcoholic and psychopathic ruler. Wow. The architect of the new government, the Duke of Chao, wrote manuals on government organizational, ritual, and propriety. He also composed music. The Duke of Chao once said, "I am only concerned with heaven and the people." He and his family introduced the concept of heaven to the Chinese people and also established the idea of the mandate of heaven, or the divine right to rule. Those who were granted the mandate to rule had the responsibility to uphold it with integrity and honor. Thus, it was their sacred duty to rule with kindness and justice, and if they did not, they would be overthrown and their high office would be taken from them. Confucius looked to the Duke as his model and believed it was his mission to reestablish the principles and culture of early Chao era, which was thought to have been a golden age. In his early life, Confucius often dreamt about the Duke of Chao, instructing him in the ancient wisdom. In the Analects, he laminated, "Extreme indeed is my decline. It is a long time since I dreamed that I saw the Duke of Chao." How amazing is that? That Confucius was guided by Lord Lanto to create Confucianism. The most famous book by the Duke of Chao is the Yellow Emperor's Classic of Internal Medicine, the oldest known book on medicine in the world. Ooh, that's a good one to know. The Yellow Emperor's Classic of Internal Medicine. It deals with anatomy and the causes, diagnosis, treatments of diseases. It describes the transformation of energy from yin to yang, back to yin, and 5 stages to the fire, earth, metal, water, and tree. Through the circle, every organ in our body has its own characteristics, according to the stage of energy by which it is created and the energy that flows through it. These characteristics are expressed physically, mentally, emotionally, and spiritually. The principles in this book have become the foundation of the macrobiotic diet. It is believed that Confucius was embodied at the time of the Duke of Chow and helped him implement the ideals for government and God combined. When Confucius re-embodied in China, 500 years later, he edited the 6 Chinese classics, including the I Ching, which had been written by King Wen. The I Ching. Shout out to the I Ching. Two really good books that were mentioned right here. The Yellow Emperor's Classic of Internal Medicine and the I Ching. These are books that you guys can get right now to this day, and you guys can order and probably find digital copies. All right. Ruler of China. Lanto was later embodied as a ruler of China at the time of Confucius, 551 to 479 BC. Together with his more renowned contemporaries, Confucius and Gautama Buddha, he held the golden flame of illumination on behalf of the Chinese people for many, many centuries. Oh man, we're talking about the Gautama Buddha as well. We'll definitely be getting into him. His flame is anchored in China in the retreat of the archangels Jophiel and Christine, which is located in central China. This flame is the primordial light of the yellow race, which then, harnessed through the illuminated ones, gave cultural impetus to China at a time when the rest of the world, having either rejected or miss altogether the Christ flame in the one sent, was karmically locked in an age of barbarism. The greatness of China is reflective of the consciousness of Lanto, the master who endowed her, and of the masters who endowed him. The Ancient of Days, Lord Himalaya, Gautama Buddha, and Lord Maitreya. Before his ascension, Lord Lanto determined that the light from his own heart flame should shine forth physically as living proof to his disciples that his threefold flame, as in past and coming golden ages, is the word that is made flesh, and that it can be thus expanded and intensified by the priority of the adept, affirming with or aeons before the proverbial job, yet in my flesh shall I see God. Lanto, by the Dionism of his decrees from this heart, his devotedness to the living world as the universal Christ ever with him, in his consecrations of the chakras to the sacred fire of the mother, did achieve what none other in earth's recorded history since the fall had done. Lanto so adored the Trinity in the triapolite light of his innermost being that the intense glow of that divine spark could actually be seen through his flesh, forming, emanating a soft golden glow through his chest. This he maintained in honor of Sanatkumara until his ascension around 500 BC, a memorial to all generations who are the issue of the I am that I am, in order that the original light bearers might recall the mission to illuminate the dark star. Whew. Wow. I feel that. I feel that yellow red. It's so amazing to hear about the impact on the history of our timeline and see the impact today of these different Chohans. And the cool part is one day you guys are going to find out about all of your incarnations. You're going to figure out who your soul is. And then you're going to figure out why you incarnated as all these different incarnations and what it meant and what it was supposed to do for the collective. And you'll review that and you'll look at it with your different guides and angels when it comes time. And then you'll have the choice to choose, am I done incarnating here on the earth? Or am I going to go back and have more experiences and lessons? It's such a beautiful thing, this life that we are part of. So his mission today, master of the fiery core of excellence at the heart of wisdom's ray, hence devotee par excellence of the divine mother's white fire lilies, Lanto remains the guru of gurus, not only of the Chinese, whom he desires to assist in once again raising up the flame of illumination, but also of all souls who share this love for the golden sunward path of the Buddhas in the Bodhisattvas under Sanatkumara. Throughout the 19th and 20th centuries, Lanto has stood faithfully behind the efforts of Saint Germain to liberate mankind through the release of the Ascended Master teachings on the I Am Presence and the Violet Fire. On July 3rd, 1958, the Ascended Master Confucius succeeded Lord Lanto as hierarch of the Royal Teton Retreat, with attainment far beyond that requirement, either of retreat hierarch or Chohan. Lanto accepted from Kuthumi the office of Lord of the Second Ray on that date. This blessed brother, who had worshipped the God of Peace as Saint Francis, having already in 1956 joined Jesus in the office of World Teacher. On October 30th, 1966, in cooperation with the god and goddess Muru, Lanto was granted the dispensation by the Karmic Board for a mighty transcendent golden flame of illumination to pulsate 300 feet into the atmosphere over the colleges, universities, divinity, and theological schools of America, and the world whose students and faculty were and would be receptive to knowledge from higher spheres. Any students of any school of higher learning may call this flame into action on behalf of the faculty and student body. That's pretty interesting. So if you're someone that's in school on any side of the school, call in Lord Lanto's ray, the ray of illumination. Ascended Master Lanto conducts classes at the Royal Teton Retreat, the initial retreat of the Great White Brotherhood, to which the neophyte may ask to be taken. Neophyte is like someone that's like new, coming into a space, a beginner. Here we learn the fundamentals of the path of initiation. Because of the dispensation of opening the 7 retreats of the 7 Chohans, many tens of thousands of souls are receiving training at inner levels to accelerate their consciousness for the new age. Lord Lanto also tries to give us a sense of our worth instead of feeling of self-deprecation so common among men today. Man is a god in the becoming, but he can never know this while he thinks earthly thoughts. He can never know this by worldly knowledge, for the things of this world are foolish with God. In the eyes of God, the only real values are those that free man from the eclipse of being that has concealed the sun of God's presence from his eyes. And it is this sun that will awaken the spiritual senses that enable him to see with St. Paul the face of the Master and to hear his cry, "It is hard for thee to kick against the pricks." Meditation on Lord Lanto and his golden lotus flame may be accompanied by the music of Song to the Evening Star from Tannhauser by Wagner, keynote of the Royal Teton Retreat. The wisdom of Lanto is excelled by few ascended beings serving this earth. His flame should be invoked daily on behalf of the youth of the world. Wow. How beautiful. So that is Lord Lanto, and that is our text study going over Lord Lanto. Lots of good stuff. Some new stuff for me as well. You know, Confucius always did have like a pretty attractive energy throughout my childhood. So it's really intriguing. So here's a prayer for Lord Lanto. I'm going to go ahead and say it for you guys as well. In the name of Almighty God, I stand forth to challenge the night, to raise up the light. Feel free to meditate on this, receive the frequency, take some breaths if you feel, and envision the yellow light. In the name of Almighty God, I stand forth to challenge the night, to raise up the light, to focus the consciousness of Gautama Buddha, and I am the thousand-petaled lotus flame, and I come to bear it in his name. I stand in life this hour, and I stand with the scepter of Christ's power, to challenge the darkness, to bring forth the light, to ensoul from starry heights the consciousness of angels, masters, Elohim, sun centers, and all of life. This the I am presence of each one. I claim the victory in God's name. I am the light of solar flame. I claim the light. I am the light. I am victory. I am victory. I am victory. For the divine mother and the divine man child, and for the rising up of the crown of light, and the 12 starry focal points that rejoice to see the salvation of our God, right within my crown, right within the center of the sun, of Alpha. It is done. Ashe. And that is Lord Lanto's prayer to invoke the yellow ray of illumination. How beautiful. Wow. And as usual, you guys can check out that website link down below in the description. Two of Summit Lighthouse, Elizabeth Clare Prophet. We played part 1 in the beginning. Now we're going to play part 2. And then after that, we will have a closing, illuminating golden flame invocation, meditation, and affirmations for you guys to connect with as well. So enjoy these last 2 videos as we close out. And thank you guys for joining me for such a beautiful space today with this yellow ray.
Lord Lanto, then, was a ruler in China, a contemporary of Confucius who lived 551 to 479 BC. His is the crown chakra, the golden yellow chakra, and of all those who have applied their minds and hearts to bringing forth the wisdom of God in any field, there is that yellow coloring at the crown. You've seen the halo of saints, which signifies they've raised the sacred fire from the base chakra to the crown. It has 972 petals, the highest vibrating chakra in your temple. As you meditate upon it, you can also use this angel book, which is deliberately divided up into 7 sections, 1 through 7. It gives the archangels who assist you on the 7 rays, just as the Lords do. It gives the chakra, and it gives mantras and songs for the amplification of each chakra. So whatever chakra you are working on, as you are expanding the light in it, there comes one fine day where you feel the tingling of light in that chakra. You put your attention on the crown, and the whole part of the top of your head begins to tingle like 1,000 needles tingling with a sacred fire. The retreat of Lord Lanto then is at the Grand Teton Mountain, Jackson Hole, Wyoming. It's on the etheric octave congruent with a mountain. Lanto teaches us the word of wisdom and the word of knowledge, that is to prepare to receive those gifts. The stones that he uses are the yellow diamond, the yellow sapphire, the topaz, and citrine quartz. So if you happen to have any of those, or you wish to purchase inexpensively any of these stones, as they are molecularly duplicated, that is, they are man-made, but they have the identical molecular structure as those made in the earth, you may do so simply for the use of amplifying your path on this crown chakra or any chakra with the Lords. The topaz is believed to engender health, caution, sagacity, and prevent sudden death. That's an ancient Indian or East Indian Hindu belief. In the Middle Ages, it was worn to sharpen the intellect, calm anger, and engender tranquility. Casey called it a source of strength. The ancient Greeks used it widely in healing. According to the teaching of Lord Lanto, the topaz focuses the Holy Spirit for the opening of the crown chakra. It focuses the wisdom of the heart and the development of those 5 secret rays. In addition to passing through your hands, you have 5 spheres surrounding your heart chakra, which are the 5 spheres of the secret rays. Here is a comment from the teaching of Lord Lanto. He says, people gather together in their churches as centers of fellowship, while the delicate truths and the piercing light of the sacred mysteries, even the mystery of the piercing of the body of Christ, escapes them and becomes merely the repetition of words they have heard and mere human sentiment that they entertain for a season. But it passes away, never having penetrated the heart, never having given unto them the reality that we, the ascended masters, are alive forevermore, and that he is the same yesterday and today and forever, yet expanding, ever expanding by the magnificence of the co-measurement of the Son of God with the living Word, with the Eternal One, with the light behind the light of Brahman. It is a wonderful experience to study with Lord Lanto.
The preceding lecture was given by Elizabeth Clare Prophet, world-renowned author and spiritual teacher. The Summit Lighthouse is an international spiritual organization dedicated to universal enlightenment. Founded in 1958, the Summit Lighthouse has been a beacon of truth to thousands worldwide and a leader in New Thought spirituality. The preceding program has been brought to you by the Summit Lighthouse. For more information, call 1-800-245-5445 or visit our website at www.tsl.org. Outside the USA, call 406-848-9500 or write to the Summit Lighthouse, 63 Summit Way, Gardner, Montana, 59030 USA.
Elizabeth Clare Prophet. She is just an awesome soul. A really awesome soul, I gotta say. I've had such a great connection with Summit Lighthouse. I actually met one of the head male figures of Summit Lighthouse back at the Gift of Light Expo. I think it was early last year, and we connected so well, talking about the ascended masters and the archangels and everything. I was actually was creating for their art depictions of the ascended masters and archangels, but time just kind of went by and would end up falling through with that. But I'm planning on doing a lot more ascended master teaching spaces as well as retreats. I've already done one, and then I have the summer solstice retreat coming up. And for those of you that are just joining in, I'll go ahead and read you guys.
3 days in Ohio's forest will transform your spiritual journey forever, camping included. This isn't your typical retreat. We're talking about the summer solstice, 2026, where divine masculine energy meets ancient healing in the heart of Zaleski State Forest. Picture this: floating sound baths on Lake Hope, ecstatic dance under the stars, and shamanic ceremonies that awaken something deep within you. Sacred Kingdom Community is creating a space where fathers, sons, and spiritual seekers come together for the ultimate solstice celebration. You'll craft dream catchers, experience Anubis obsidian healing, and flow with conscious artists like Evan Sturgeon and Aura de Prophet. Marcus ChristoLight will guide you through cacao ceremonies and sound healing that'll shift your entire frequency. This is your tribe, a safe space to be vulnerable, gain wisdom, and connect with your divine masculine power. June 19th through 22nd. Tickets start at just $99. Don't let this transformation pass you by. Check the description for registration details and join us in the forest.
Love to see you guys come out, man. I mean, the tickets are so affordable too for what it is. I can't wait to do floating sound baths on the lake. It's gonna be so awesome. So as we close out, I do have to get ready to head out because I gotta go down to my local metaphysical shop. Oh, big stretch. I gotta go down to my local metaphysical shop and go be present there for a few hours because I am one of their dedicated practitioners. So while I'm there from 12 to 5 on certain days, people can book one-on-one healing sessions with me there. And it's also just great to hang out, connect, and build community as well. So I'll be heading out, be there at noon today. So as we wrap up, we're going to watch this final video. This final video is going to be affirmations, meditation, and invocation of the golden flame of illumination to help invoke more of Lord Lanto's wisdom. And this is so beautiful. You guys enjoy. Get yourself in a nice meditative space. Burn some incense if you would like, sage, Palo Santo. Maybe even grab some yellow crystals, like a citrine, or a brucite, or a sunstone, or a bumblebee jasper, or anything else that has that yellow, sunny type of energy. Feel free to grab that, and you can bring it into this meditation space as well. All right, so you guys enjoy. We're gonna get started.
What if the wisdom of the universe was already within you, waiting to be awakened by a golden flame? Today, we call upon Lord Lanto, Master of Illumination, to guide us into higher truth and divine clarity. Welcome, beloved soul family. In this sacred space, we connect with the radiant presence of Lord Lanto, Chohan of the second ray, the golden ray of illumination. Lord Lanto teaches us how to access divine wisdom, sharpen our intuition, and walk in the light of truth. Together, activate the golden flame within, opening our hearts and minds to higher understanding. Home activation. Golden flame, eternal bright, unveiling wisdom, piercing night. Lord Lanto whispers, soft and clear, the voice of truth is always near. Awakened mind, illuminated soul, through love and light, we are made whole. Invocation. Beloved Lord Lanto, radiant Master of Wisdom, we invoke your golden flame of illumination. Surround us in your sacred light, dissolve all veils of confusion, and guide us to the higher truth of our divine nature. May your flame of wisdom awaken clarity, discernment, and enlightened understanding in our lives and in the world. We receive your blessing now with gratitude and open hearts. Meditation. Close your eyes and take a deep breath. Imagine a brilliant golden flame descending from the heavens, entering your crown and settling in the center of your heart. Feel it expand, radiating wisdom and clarity through every cell of your being. With each inhale, a golden flame grows brighter, illuminating your path. With each exhale, release all confusion and doubt. Sit in stillness, allowing Lord Lanto's presence to anchor wisdom, love, and truth within you. Affirmations. Please say these out loud or quietly to yourself. I am illuminated by the golden flame of wisdom. Clarity and truth flow through me with ease. Lord Lanto guides my thoughts, words, and actions. I embody divine understanding in all that I do. The golden light of illumination awakens my higher mind. Beloved soul, may the golden flame of Lord Lanto continue to guide your steps, bringing clarity where there is confusion and light where there is darkness. Remember, true wisdom is not found outside of you, but within the sacred flame of your heart. Continue to nurture this light, and it will forever guide you on your path.
Una sina tum mate go mane Maya Gomane Goane Maya. Gotta love that yellow illuminating flame. Wow. Ashe. As we close today, burn a little bit of white sage for us. Man. How are we feeling after this episode? Feel free to watch the replay if you have. You can watch the replay on the YouTube channel, Sacred Light Broadcast Network. Just go to playlist, as well as the Sacred Kingdom. If you guys want to deep dive any further today, just take the time and research on your own, meditate and connect, and just know that there's always information at your hands. And again, just a reminder, check out the QR code in the corner. If you guys would like to browse and book one-on-one healing sessions with me online or in person, you can also check out the retreats that are available to register for, as well as the Sacred Kingdom community, which as we close, you guys are going to see a little insight and a video about the Sacred Kingdom community, the worldwide, holistic, and conscious community. With that being said, that does it for today's episode on the second ray Chohan, Lord Lanto of the Yellow Ray. And that will do it for this week as well. Just a reminder that tomorrow night on Friday, we are going to be live at 10 p.m. Eastern, the Sacred Kingdom. Join us, talk about some herbs, crystals, journal prompts, as well as oracle readings and other things involving the new moon in Aries, magical energies. So that will be tomorrow night, 10 p.m. Eastern. Catch us live. And then next week on Tuesday, 10 a.m., you guys will see me for our third ray Chohan. Tune in. One love. Have a blessed and beautiful weekend. Hey, what's going on? Marcus ChristoLight here, founder and member of the Sacred Kingdom community. I am so excited to share with you guys the directory and some insight into the beautiful members that we have a part of the council of the Sacred Kingdom community, a international, worldwide, sacred community of soul family, full of star seeds, visionaries, artists, practitioners, shamans, as well as handcrafters and organic product makers. We have such a beautiful variety of amazing quality of organic products, including crystals as well, holistic and quantum healing services, all available in one link page directory for you. And you guys may be able to find who resonates for you, either locally in your area or online through the Sacred Kingdom community. So take a look. Welcome to the Sacred Kingdom community link page, where you guys can access everything Sacred Kingdom that's available worldwide 24/7. First link you'll see is the Facebook page, and you'll be able to take a browse and follow, keep up with any activity through Facebook if you're a Facebook user. Then we have the YouTube channel,
The YouTube channel is designed with a playlist for each member that is a part of the YouTube channel, so you can access and see content specific to each individual. Now we have holistic healing retreats that are led by myself, Marcus ChristoLight, Sacred Light Healing and Wellness. And then we have other members of the community that join in with these retreats to help build and bring connective community. These holistic retreats have workshops, live music, plant-based food, and much more. Then we have Lunar Queen and Organics Essence. This is an online crystal shop. She has a wide variety of crystals, greatly priced, high quality, organic with no dyes. Along with that, she also does card readings, and you can book with her. Then we have Eagle's Hearth Ministry and Sacraments, Grandma Katie Sing Eagle, with her tinctures, salves, lotions, herbal products, and much more. Jade's Wellness Trade. Jade's Wellness Trade is a fully organic line, all plant and herbal based when it comes to home hygiene products such as soaps, shampoos, conditioners, and much more. Operation Oscar Mike. Wow. Where to begin? A good fellow of mine, AJ Lardy, his friends Scott and Eric own a alternative healing nonprofit business to help military and first responders to bridge with alternative healing. Sacred Light Healing and Wellness, myself, Marcus ChristoLight, Reiki, Akashic meditations, as well as inner child healing, shadow work, and more. And then we have Shining Soul Healing and Wellness, QHHT, quantum hypnosis, as well as herbal-based healing products with Sarah Broadhead. Soul Awakening with Sandra Marshall out of California, a wonderful podcaster, as well as lecturer and educator. And then we have Soulista Healing with Christina out of Pennsylvania. You guys can check out our link page anytime. And you guys can browse and book with services, purchase crystals and organic products. Along with that, we also do host retreats together and other events. We have online spaces like full moon and new moon events, and much more to come. Tune into our podcast on the YouTube channel, Sacred Kingdom. Reach out if you'd like to become a member and grow with this community as we continue to bring generational wealth and healing to all generations of planet Earth. One love.